I'm just doing some tests here from on a 5-inch, I think it's 5-inch deep clad dime here. It's been there for about 3 years, and I'm just doing some testing between my program that I usually start at, my base settings for this detector. You know, like all my preferred, like my audio gain, my bias, or my iron filter, my tone break, my recovery speed, all that stuff is just, it's basically how to dial a machine in, all the settings that really make a lot of difference. And the tone pitches and all that stuff, the discrimination. So I'll just show you here. I'll go up to 27 gain here, right? Go to multi 1 here. So what is very important for me is not having a detector that's doing that, right? Most of all, when I'm hunting, when I'm searching, I want a stable detector. I don't care if it's hitting deeper targets. I don't care if it's separating. I just want it to not be like this, right? So I can drop my gain down, right? I can drop my gain down. I'm gonna mute that. I can drop my gain down to start with, but that's the easy way how to do it. That's the simple way how to do it, but you're decreasing your depth a lot. You can go about it 2 ways. You can do it the easy way, just drop your gain down, and you have to drop your gain down quite a bit because my frequencies, right? The frequency is not compatible here, right? The multi 1, I haven't really found much use for the multi 1 yet. After several hundred hours of use, multi 1, I just get a lot of, it's just really it just doesn't work in the spots that I'm using it for. I like multi 2 here, so I'm gonna unmute it here. Just show you. Here's that dime right here. 5 inches deep. It's been there for about 3 years. And I've already dialed this machine in here, right? It's not the preset. I've already dialed this machine, changed all my settings and stuff to be able to hit it, right? 60 tone, right? Because they come in 2-tone stock, and you can't do 2-tone in a curb strip like this, right? I'll show you that in a minute here. So multi 1, multi 2, 27 gain. It is a 5-inch deep dime, and it's a small coin, so you got to understand it's not going to bang on it. And the ground is really dry here. You can see the ground's dead. Multi 3. And that multi 3 is hitting it really good in dry soil. Right. Four kilohertz. See, once I put it in the lower frequency, 4 kilohertz, I've said this before in the past, no machine I've ever used works good pretty much anywhere I want to use it in 4 kilohertz or 5 kilohertz, right? The Equinox, the V3i, the Legend, the Amphibio, many other machines that were just the ones I've been using recently. So unfortunately, this unstable frequency is the one that's going to hit that coin the best. But I can't do that chatter in the background, right? See, look at it. I'm just smashing it out, right? All the way around it. Right? The Equinox is the same way, right? The Equinox, I can come out here and hit it the same way, right? But once I put it in other frequencies, it's not going to hit it nearly as good, but I won't have as much EMI. Right? It just doesn't like my soil. It just doesn't like my soil, right? It likes the coin, but it doesn't like all this other stuff and the EMI around me. So I'll go to 10 kilohertz. Look at that. It just shut it up. Just shut it up. I'll crank it up all the way. 30 gain here. still hitting it pretty damn good, right? I'll go to 15 kilohertz. Listen to it. 15 kilohertz, 30 gain, all the way up, running hot. Right. I'll go to 20 kilohertz here. This is in field program. All right, it's totally skipping it over it right there. Right. It's still hitting it though. It's still hitting it. 40 kilohertz. It's going to struggle here. Right. All right, 40 kilohertz is not liking this soil here. All right. It's just too high. Multi one. 30 gain. Right. This is all the way up. Multi two. Right. I can't do this full gain stuff, right? Multi frequency. I'll drop it down here. I'll drop it down to minimize the EMI right here. 24 gain right here. Right, not even hitting it. Right, it hit it a couple spots there, but you know the multi frequencies is splitting. What it's doing is it's splitting the power between two frequencies, and when you drop your gain down, you're even decreasing that power even more, or basically you're introducing another filter into it. And when you're in single frequency, like 15 kilohertz, really stable, right? Really stable operation, and I don't have to adjust other settings to because I can't go down to 24 gain in multi-frequency 2 when I'm in high EMI. I have to adjust other things, but I really can't adjust too much more because my audio gain is all the way down, my recovery speed is all the way up, and I'm trying to get near surface targets, right, within 5 inches deep. And I'm in field program, so it's going to be a little bit sparkier than normal. My tone break is at 14. My audio gain's at 1. So I have it running really hot right now to begin with. So I have the machine pretty much dialed in, and I have my pitch at 15. You know, both for field and park, I always keep my pitch at 15, so I get the same tone on a penny, the same tone on a pull tab, or a same tone on a nickel. Pretty much the same tone. I mean, within the reason. So if I have those pitches different, really different on the park and field program, I'll get completely different tones. My pull tabs might read up really high, or my pennies might read up really low. I just always have those at 15 all around the board, right? 15 is my global setting for the pitch. So what I'll do is I'll go over to, I'll crank it up here. I'll go to 25 here. And now I'll go and save this right here, right? I'll save this. I'll save it right here. The little save icon right there, I'm in number 3 there. So I'll hold the button down here. Saved it. Right. And now I'll go over to number 4 here. I'll go over to 1 here. Come on. So this is a factory preset here. I haven't messed with anything, right? So it's discriminated. It's got the iron volume down really low. It's multi-frequency 1. The gain is, the sensitivity is at 25. My audio gain is up to 3, so it's going to be really sparky. So all my targets are going to sound really overloaded, right? And two-tone, right? Now I'll go over the same coin right here. This is factory preset compared to my settings that I just had to watch. The coin is right there, 5 inches deep. Right. See? We'll swing really slow. You know, is it right here or is it right there? Where is it at? Where is it beeping at? Right. So first is my recovery speed. You know, the recovery speed has the greatest impact on how fast you can swing. And when I try to dial metal detectors in, I want to adjust it to my swing speed first of all. I don't want to target a certain conductive metal. I don't want to be in a certain frequency. I just want to be able to stabilize that machine with my recovery speed. So I'll just adjust my recovery speed first here, because that 5 stock, can't do 5. Jack the thing all the way up, right? Watch this. Still not hitting it very good, right? Because I'm in the wrong frequency here, right? Iron filter, drop this down. And actually I'm in park program, so I don't want to be in park program. Field program, right? Now I'll show you what I'll do. I'll try field program. This is stock field program right here, right? Discriminated. Right. Not gonna do it, man. Not gonna do it, right? Right. The recovery speed's too slow. My iron is discriminated out. So what I'll do is I'll just go back to my preset 3 here. Right there. Multi-frequency, right? It's multi-frequency here. Now watch. This machine is dialed in already. I'm already in my preset here. Now watch, I'll just change frequencies. I'm at 25 gain. I'll just change frequency years to 15 kilohertz. Now I can jack it up. I can crank it up. 30 gain. Watch this. Watch. And I can go everywhere, man. There's some more coins out here too. See how quiet it is, right? Some iron there. I'll change it over to my frequency. Watch, I'll go to the multi-2. Watch. I can't do that with my machine all jumping around everywhere, right? Some iron there. Listen how good that sounds, this iron, right? And I'll go to 15 kilohertz. Listen to this. All right, sounds junky. Sounds super junky in 15 kilohertz. So that's just a little bit how I dial my detector in. Pretty much the settings that I showed you, that's pretty much where I start at. Low audio gain, low filter, low stability, or my stability changes with the soil, right? The stability setting has a lot to do with the moisture content in your soil and what frequency you're in. If your frequency is not really liking the soil that you're running in, you can adjust that stability up or down to, you know, down to make it run hot, high to make it stabilize. And the Deus 2 is the same way. It has a stabilizer on it too. it only has three settings of 3, but it makes a humongous, big freaking difference. Humongous difference when you have hot soil. From 1 to 3 is just a humongous jump, right? Some days I just can't run my machine with the low stability, right? I have to run it up pretty high. So, it's just all soils change, and that's why these settings are on the detector, so you have that range to adjust, like on all the settings, so you can get more out of the ground. Those simple machines back in the days worked really good when we didn't have so much EMI and so much trash, and I think the older machines did really good for their days, man. Nowadays, there's so many settings on machines, man. They just make it complicated, right? They just make it complicated, but that's the way it's gonna have to be, right? There's just so much more trash in parks nowadays, so you gotta have some adjustments to get through the trash, to wiggle through the trash and to, basically reject some of that trash. I don't discriminate, so I don't want to discriminate targets out. I don't want to notch targets out. So there's just so much junk out there, man. Just crazy how much junk is out there. Well, thank you for watching.